Hey guys, Matt with Atlantic Firearms here at one of the tables here. I wanted to show you an extremely exciting moment for us. This is the mini Beryl 5.56 pistol from FB Rodham in Poland. We've worked diligently with Arms of America on a collaboration to get this pistol here in the States, as well as hopefully some more offerings from FB in the future. This is hopefully the first stepping stone. With this, I'm sure there's going to be some questions, guys, in regards to configuration and modifications and other different things that can be done with these pistols. And I want to try and touch a couple of those bases for you guys today. Let's start on the back side, and we're going to talk a little bit about options as it sits currently, and then, things that you could possibly do. Ultimately, your modifications are going to be limited to your creativity, your budget, and part availability. So let's go ahead and start here on the rear end. You can see here it's got a angled sling loop on the back. This is for guys that are going to run this thing strictly as a pistol with a web sling or something like that. This is relatively lightly attached to the back of the trunnion cap. This could be cut and removed if you like, to really open up options for you in the custom department. If you wanted to leave this on, we've noticed that using the SB Tactical fork mount here, you can sandwich plate and basically cover this sling loop a little bit. It does sit back a little bit further than on some other AK pistols, but it does work. It does get the job done. So that's definitely a cool thing with the SB Tactical product. If you were going to cut this off, you could use something like CNC Warrior adapter here to the back. You use a Stormworks adapter like I have here. It's an M4 variant. You basically drill it and then you through bolt through the receiver into the adapter on the rear, and then you can capture your buffer tube and mount that way. There's also Picatinny rails available that can mount onto the back if you wanted a pick rail mounted brace, something like that. Guys, also if you're interested in converting to an SBR and doing a Form 1, there are going to be these trunnions available as well. This is the mini Beryl trunnion with the correct rivet pattern to install here. This is going to require gunsmithing by a gunsmith that's formal with Kalashnikovs, and riveting, and of course removing these rivets, demilling, and then installing this. This would give you the option to put on the Archer or the barrel style stock. It would also give you options, for other stock mounting or potential brace options as well. If you had a buffer tube mount or something like that that you could attach to this trunnion in the end, that would provide that mounting ability. That's basically the rear end here, guys. These guns are really loaded with a whole lot of features otherwise. Enhanced safety, the original fire control. The receiver is amazing looking. I really like that. This Picatinny rail here mounted to what traditionally would be the rear sight base has pretty cool flip sight here. There's basically a notch, lines up with your front sight post, and you can even obtain this sight picture with an optic mounted. We'll show you that too. Here's the peep sight. You can see that as well. Give you a little bit of versatility, guys that are looking for that. Try and put this aim point on here real quick, and you guys could maybe also still see that you can capture the sights underneath of a mounted optic, which is a really neat feature. Probably the next thing actually to talk about before I put it down is going to be the muzzle device. The muzzle device that comes on here is it's pretty well fixed on here for import purposes. Now we're going to go ahead and show you how you can remove this and some things that you can do as far as customization goes there. What this is going to require is a small punch, like an 1/8 inch punch, and a small hammer. And we'll go ahead and drive that out real quick and show you exactly what's going on here. Let's take this optic off too. Of course, I checked before we did the video, guys, but again, always good practice. Let's go ahead and drive this pin out. Like I said, 1/8 inch punch should do. knock that pin all the way out. Your detent pin, you'll just be able to push back into the sight base and unscrew your muzzle device. Now, you can see here, this isn't really your traditional setup or what you would expect to probably see underneath here with this barrel sleeve and then the threaded segment here. This is done again for importation reasons. So there's a lot of different things that can be done at this point. You can drive these two pins out and knock this threaded sleeve off of the barrel, at which point you can begin, thinking about different options as far as threading and things like that. As far as muzzle brakes that are available right now or other muzzle devices that'll fit right on this as it is, we did notice that the 74 brake will fit due to the volume inside of the chamber on the 74 brake. You'd have to screw this on and then basically time it to your pin position here, reinstall the pin, and then reinstall your cross pin to capture that there. Now, again, that's not the ideal position for the 74 brake, but it is giving you an idea of some different options there. So this brake is pretty nice just the way that it is, and that'd definitely be what I'm sure all the collectors are going to be keeping on there as well. So guys, again, customization is going to be limited to your creative mind, your budget, and parts and availability with parts. Thanks again for tuning in to us. Thanks for supporting us with the things that we do and trying to bring different stuff to the market. And if you do have other questions outside of what we've answered here, don't hesitate to reach out to us on the website.